I didn't realize how quiet an office could get until the day everyone stopped talking to me at once. Not the loud kind of silence where something has exploded. The careful kind. Chairs rolling a little farther away. Conversations ending when I walk by. People suddenly remembering emails they need to send. At first I thought I was imagining it. You spend enough time in a place, you start to read into small things. But by lunch, when my badge didn't open the side door it had worked on for 3 years, I knew something had shifted. I just didn't know why yet. I'm writing this because I still can't decide if I did the right thing, or if I just chose the least bad option and burned everything else down. I work in operations at a mid-sized logistics company. Not glamorous. Schedules, vendor calls, spreadsheets that decide whether trucks move or sit. I've been there almost 4 years. No drama. No HR meetings. Good reviews. I'm the person people come to when something breaks quietly and needs fixing without attention. My manager, who I'll call her, hired me. We're not friends, but we're close in that professional way where you finish each other's sentences in meetings. He trusted me, gave me access most people didn't get because you don't panic. For a long time, the job felt stable, boring in a good way. I had routines. Coffee at 8:10, data pull at 9, lunch at my desk unless someone needed me. I liked being invisible. The first thing that changed was a request that seemed harmless, or asked me to help prep a report for an executive review. He said finance was behind and needed clean numbers fast. He sent me a folder and asked me to tighten a few fields so they match projections. I asked what he meant by tighten. Round where it makes sense, he said. Nothing crazy. It wasn't unheard of. Forecasting always involves assumptions. I adjusted a few timing fields, smoothed a variance that would resolve the following quarter anyway. It felt fine, normal. Then there was another report. And another. Each time, a little more specific. Move this cost forward. Delay recognizing that loss. We'll fix it next month. I told myself it was temporary. That I didn't see the full picture. That executives expect numbers to tell a story, not just sit there. The red flags were small. R. Stop putting requests in writing. He'd lean into my cubicle and talk quietly. He started forwarding me half-finished files and asking me to make them executive-ready without context. Once, I pushed back. I said a change crossed into misrepresentation. He looked tired, not angry. If this blows up, he said, it blows up on me. I'm asking you to help me keep the lights on. That phrase stuck with me. Keep the lights on. Like we were doing something noble. The pressure didn't come all at once. It built in layers. A late-night message. A quick fix before a board call. Praise when things went smoothly. Silence when I hesitated. I noticed something else too. Access logs. Certain files I modified were later copied into folders I wasn't supposed to see. I didn't have proof, but I had the feeling I wasn't the only one touching the numbers anymore. I started saving versions locally. Not because I planned anything. Just habit. I label everything. Dates, times, regional exports. I told myself it was insurance. Then one afternoon, compliance sent a company-wide reminder about data integrity. Generic language. But R forwarded it to me with a single line: ignore. Overcorrection. My stomach dropped in a way I couldn't explain. That night, I stayed late and pulled older reports. Compared them to what had been presented. The differences weren't rounding anymore. They were structural. Losses moved across quarters. Vendor penalties hidden in categories no one checked. It wasn't just smoothing. It was hiding. I didn't sleep. I kept thinking about my name on those files. My login. My access trail. If this surfaced, I wouldn't be a helper. I'd be a participant. The next morning, I asked R for a meeting. I didn't accuse him. I asked questions. What was the plan if audited? Who approved these adjustments? Was legal aware? He stared at the table for a long time. Do you trust me? He asked. I said yes. That was the truth, or close to it. Then stop digging, he said. You're seeing pieces without context. That was the moment something cracked. Not because he threatened me, because he didn't need to. After that, the office felt different. Or, stop looping me into projects. Access I'd had for years was quietly removed. Someone else started helping with my reports. People avoided eye contact. I realized I was being isolated. Edit. A few people messaged asking why I didn't go to HR immediately. At this point, I still believe this could be corrected internally. I also knew HR reports to the same executives who were benefiting from the numbers. The tipping point came during a vendor dispute. A partner challenged a late payment fee we claimed didn't exist. I pulled the contract and saw the fee was real. We buried it, or asked me to draft a response denying it. I said I COULD in single quotes. He finally got angry. Not loud, controlled. You don't get to pick when your ethics wake up, he said. If you send that contract, you put all of us at risk. All of us, I repeated. He nodded. Including you. That's when I understood the leverage. My edits. My access. My silence so far. I went home and opened the folder I'd been pretending wasn't there. Originals. Modified versions. Email timestamps. Access logs. It wasn't dramatic. It was boring. That made it worse. I had two options. Stay quiet and hope this never surfaced. Or say something and lose everything anyway. I didn't go to HR. I went to compliance. But not ours. Our external auditor had a tip line. Anonymous. I spent 3 hours writing and deleting the message. I stuck to facts, files, dates, no opinions, no accusations. I attached samples. When I hit send, I felt nothing. Just empty. Update. For those asking, yes, I knew this would come back to me. There were only so many people with my access level. Anonymous didn't mean invisible. 2 weeks passed. Nothing happened. I started to think maybe I'd imagined the whole thing. Then the auditors arrived early. Suddenly conference rooms were booked solid. Executives flew in, or stopped making eye contact. My access was restored without explanation. Compliance called me in. They didn't say why. They asked me to walk through my process. I answered carefully, truthfully. They showed me a chart. My edits highlighted. Why did you make these changes? They asked. I told them exactly what I'd been asked. When? By whom? I handed over my folder. I expected relief. What I felt was terror. By the end of the week, R was gone. Personal reasons. That's what the email said. 2 other managers left shortly after. No one thanked me. No one apologized. Instead, HR put me on administrative leave while they reviewed my involvement. The silence came back, heavier this time. Edit. I'm seeing comments saying I should have lawyered up earlier. You're right. I didn't. I kept thinking cooperation would protect me. It did in single quotes. After a month, HR offered me a choice. Resign with a neutral reference or stay and face potential disciplinary action for failure to escalate concerns appropriately. Read that again. I resigned. I cleaned out my desk in 10 minutes. No farewell. No meeting. Just a badge drop and a box that felt too light. It's been 3 months. I found another job. Lower title. Less pay. Fewer promises. Sometimes I miss the old routine. The invisibility. I still don't know if what I did mattered. The company didn't collapse. No charges were announced. Maybe they corrected just enough to move on. But I know this. When I think about staying quiet, about watching my name slide deeper into something I couldn't undo, I feel worse than I do now. Update. R reached out last week. 1 line. I hope you're happy. I didn't reply. I'm not happy. I'm just able to sleep. And I can't stop wondering how many people are reading numbers they trust, never knowing who paid for them to look clean.